Okay. I don't know how to start. I feel like it's been a while. Again, I feel like it took so many breaks, y'all. You don't understand. But we are back. And this time in a very foreign space to you guys, I'm sure. You have not seen this before. No, wait. By the time this episode is out, I hope we have already revealed the set, okay? But guys, we finally have our own set and I'm back. I'm back for good, I think this time, like for a while. Okay. Where do we begin? Maybe our first hello to those of you who are new to Head Over Heels. We have been around for a little while, okay? But not like consistently. We haven't been the most consistent for very good reasons. It's because we never had our own home. We never had our own space. So it was really hard for us to record as consistently as I would like. But now that we do, oh my God, I'm excited for everything that's coming your way. So yes, if you're new here, welcome to Head Over Heels. Guys, where do I start? Let's catch up for a little bit, okay? What's been happening? A lot of things have been happening, and a lot of things has happened. It's 31st of March on the day of recording. The first quarter of the year is officially done, y'all. I feel like I literally just celebrated New Year's. How is this possible? I blinked 3 times, it's already end of March. Are you kidding me right now? Like, it's scary. It's scary how fast time flies when you're getting older. I don't know. I remember when I was a kid in class, I would stare at the clock and I'd be like, oh my God, I can't wait for recess time. Every minute felt so slow. But now, the next thing you know, a year has passed, a quarter has passed. So I suppose we should try our best to live in the moment as best as we can, okay? But first, let's talk about our studio, guys. I'm so proud of this. I am so incredibly proud of how we got here in such a short time. No, wait, it's been a long time, but like I made the decision. I remember we had our year-end recap meeting with the team. And I did say, I really want to have our own space. But then at the time, and then we think that maybe it's too high of an expenses. Maybe it's not the right time. And I took the whole of December ruminating over it and like, okay, is it really not the right time? But when? Do I need to wait another year, another 2 years, another 3 years? If not now, when? So one day I just woke up from my bed and I'm like, you know what, guys? Fuck it. I'm going to take that leap of faith and I'm going to fucking do it. And if I fail, at least I tried. At least I know it's not for me. At least I give it a go and not try it when I think I'm finally ready, because I feel like that moment's never going to come. So I did it. In January, we went to see a lot of different units, from shop lots, from everything that you can think of. And we thought we found the right one, but it wasn't the right one. You know how sometimes realtors, all these property agents they're very good at their job. They're doing their job. They will do their best to sell it to you. And I almost fell for it because I'm such a people pleaser. I almost put my money down for a unit that in retrospect was not the right one. Like, all of us were kind of excited for a while, but then after we, slept on it, we're like, yeah, it's not the right one. Until we found this space. I walked in and I'm like, I think this is the one. I pray a lot. I've been praying a lot for signs and everything. I'm so sure God gave me the sign to this unit because I don't want to reveal it, because you all know when my birthday is. It has something to do with my birthday. Like, something in this space has to do with my birthday. And the moment I walked in, I just knew that this is it. So yes, fast forward till today, we're here recording, and all of that, from looking for a space, from deciding that I want a space, all happened in the first quarter. And I gave myself a hard set deadline to get it done before March ends. And guys, can I give everyone a big, big hand? Well done. Clap louder lah. Woo! Because we did it within the exact time that we wanted it to be done. Because all of this really requires time. I don't know if you guys can see if you're listening on Spotify. The colors, there's painting, and even this IKEA Ivar, it's actually Ivar from IKEA. Even the handle, we custom it. It's repainted in this beautiful shade of green. That's our brand color. And then that is the Billy bookshelf from IKEA. And we decided to DIY it and painted the back of it into green because green is a big part of our brand color, red and green, but different shades. And they put it all together so beautifully, and I just feel a bit emotional thinking about it right now. And also, guys, our couch. This couch is the most comfortable couch I've ever sat on. Like, I actually want it for my home. I kind of don't like the one in my house anymore because this is so comfortable. Because I'm sure you guys have seen all these curved sofas a lot out there, like from Taobao and stuff. But the moment you sit on it, it's like freaking rock hard, right? This one though, guys, it's so comfortable. And it's from Lenovo. Shout out. Thank you so much for making our dream couch happen. We needed the couch to be the most iconic part of the set. So when I was setting up our new space, I knew that this couch was going to be the most important piece of the set. It is that space that's going to hold so many conversations. I've cried, I've laughed, I've been my most vulnerable self on the couch. I've sat on some of the most beautiful couches I've ever seen, but some are just not comfortable. But not with Lenovo. They are a Malaysian sofa maker based in Subang Jaya that's been doing this over 40 years. Their sofas are actually exported to over 25 countries around the world. And I'm talking about USA, Canada, Europe, Australia, South Korea, and UAE. So you're telling me the world has been buying Malaysian-made sofas, but not us real Malaysians? Something's got to change. This couch, hands down, guys, one of the most beautiful and most comfortable couch I've ever seen. I wish you can take a seat right now. Everything is fully customizable from your size to your shape and even your materials and colors, of course. So if you're looking for your next couch, just save yourself the time and go to Lenovo. It's LANOUVA and mention Head Over Heels for 300 ringgit off. You're welcome. And now back to the episode. So I'm in a weird phase in my life right now. If you saw the video where I said I quit my influencer life to start a 9 to 5, well, this is pretty much it. Like running a studio now, I suddenly have so much more responsibilities because the rent every month needs to be paid. The electricity needs to be paid. The water bill needs to be paid. The Inda water needs to be paid. Oh my God. Apparently, commercial lots, Inda water, you have to pay every month. But for residential, you pay every 6 months, and I didn't know that. So actually, if I'm being completely honest, one of the biggest reasons why I never took that leap to have my own space like this and hire people and really have to be a leader is so scary. And the commitment every single month, money goes out whether or not you earn money. And guys, I don't know if you know, but in my line of work, or at least for me, I'm the face, right? So if I'm sick, there's no money coming in, Like no one's going to pay me, but everyone else gets paid. That is the painful truth about being a business owner. I think I can say this is a business now. I'm a business owner. I'm no longer just a influencer, content creator. I think before I had this space, I was a lot more carefree. Like I want to work, I work. I don't want to work, it's okay, because there's not much commitment yet. The overhead cost is rather low because I can shoot anywhere, anytime. But for a podcast, honestly, it's hard. And I know a lot of people are trying to start their own podcast, and I would love to share all that I know after doing this for like 4 or 5 years. On and off, but pretty much a long time. I've figured it out. I've figured out exactly what you need, what you don't need, how it can start off. So I might do a workshop sometime soon in this space. I don't know. Keep a lookout for it. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is it's scary. And every single day I'll ask myself, am I doing enough? I cannot wake up and just scroll Instagram anymore. I wake up and check messages, check emails, see got jobs coming in, check our monthly job tracker if we're earning enough, making sure every job inquiries is responded to so that I don't miss a single job, because yeah, it is a lot. And also hiring people. I know everyone here is part of my team, but guys, hiring people is very easy. It's very easy. I wish I could say that. It's very difficult. Hiring people is so difficult. Sometimes you meet the right people, but timing doesn't align. Sometimes they check all the boxes, but something is just not right. And it's hard. It's really, really hard, and it's really, really scary. But And also, I have to really tell them if I'm not okay with something, and they do something not in a way that I need it. I need to, I won't say like, I need to voice it out. And for me, that's so difficult because I'm such a people pleaser. If you're an OG healer, you would know how much of a people pleaser I am because I say that all the time, but I'm so much better now. I would say it without feeling guilty. I would say it not to hurt them, but I try to say it because I mean it and I want the intent is for them to be better. At least I try. Still do not know how to be a leader. So if you're a CEO, if you're a business owner out there listening to this, please send me some notes. I would love to read them. Any book that I should read, let me know. I'm currently reading Brene Brown, Dare to Lead, and also, what's his name? Eric something. Eric Lean Startup. Anyway, so yes. So all of that actually brings me to what I want to talk about today. So this is something that I've been ruminating a lot. And I've been, I don't want to say struggle with, but dealing with for a while. Because here's the thing, right? Objectively, you guys, I've been hitting quite a lot of my goals. Like in the earlier of this episode, I said that I want to finally have my own podcast studio. And a year later, I actually did it. That's the tick right there. And do you guys mind if I say my wins out loud? I feel like it's necessary because I don't think I ever, as an Asian kid, you don't celebrate your wins. You tell your mother you got A. Hello, Jackson over there got A++. You know what I mean? Or your cousin got a scholarship. So I feel like as an Asian child growing up, I never got to really sit in my wins and really celebrate it properly. I move on to the next thing and the next thing to be better and better and better and better and better until I crash. So yes, I do want to say my wins out loud if I may, because I feel like I never really got to let myself to do that. So bear with me. So last year we early of the year I did my very first talk with Apple, my Apple talk, which was for me a big deal for International Women's Day. And in that event, I shared a story that I have never shared anywhere publicly. I still haven't. Maybe one day on this pod, now that I have my own space, I might feel safe enough. And then I also had my first community trip. That was so incredible, you guys. That was one of the most fulfilling experience project. Even Angel, my assistant, if you guys know Angel, you know Angel. She's like nodding. Even she was on the trip with me. I think we both felt so like, wow, this is amazing, because you see the girls really befriend each other. And even after the trip until today, they just had a reunion, if I'm not wrong. Was it earlier this month? And I feel like that's the greatest gift I can give them and myself. Money cannot buy all this. Sure, you have to pay money to go on that trip, but doesn't mean you're going to get along with anybody. You know what I mean? Like that kind of friendship is so hard because being an adult, making friends as an adult is so hard. Okay? We'll talk about that in another episode. And then I froze my eggs. You guys know the story, so I'm not going to get into that. And then I brought my mom on a trip just last week. And I think I have to say that is such a big deal. Like, wow, very, very big deal. I'm not going to shut up about it because me and my mom really don't have a good relationship. Never had. In fact, just 2 to 3 years ago, every time we meet, we fight so much. Like we'll fight and she'll end up like fat pei hey, get angry at me and we don't talk, and we'll leave each other every time with a very aching and sour heart. So this trip, it just kind of made me realize that breaking the cycle really takes so much. Okay, I'm in my early 30s now. And if you're listening to this, you're 21 and you feel like you have that terrible relationship with your parents, I don't think you should beat yourself up. It took me so long. It took me so fucking long. Okay? Yes. In our next episode, we'll talk more about, the whole parenting our parent and, being a child of a divorce. I will not get into that this episode, but Yeah, I had so many wins last year. But there is one thing that I need to also bring up that I feel embarrassed to talk about because I said this out loud before on the podcast a whole year ago, but I didn't hit it. My 200K followers, I didn't hit it. Saying it out loud, a bit cringe. Like, cringe because, huh? Are you serious, Maggie? That is a deal? Why do you care about that too much? Or are you seriously, after 1 year, you still haven't hit 200K? So it could be any of those that you're feeling. Or maybe you don't care. Are you serious? I don't even care about that. But for me, it was a big deal. As a creator, it is my bread and butter, right? But my point is, why did I feel like I didn't hit any of the milestones just because I didn't hit one? Why? Why do I feel like it's never enough? Why do I feel like I'm not doing enough just because one of it didn't go right, but everything else did? Why am I dismissing myself, discounting myself so much over one thing? Because I find myself chasing and chasing and chasing and chasing, even in the midst of all my milestone. I was already thinking about the next one. What can I do better? What can I do to make sure I get there? Like I said just minutes ago, I never had the chance to sit with my wins. I'm always constantly chasing. And maybe because that 200K is that only one in the horizon that I'm trying to reach for, my eyes is so fixated on that that I can't see anything else. I'm not sure if you guys have seen this experiment where I think it's a video that has been going around on TikTok or Reel or whatever on the internet. They'll tell you, okay, look at the color blue or something. And then they'll show you a bunch of things. And all you can see is blue because I told you to see blue. But did you see that yellow thing on the side? No, completely blindsided, completely like tunnel vision to the blue. So I feel like that's where I am right now. Like I'm tunnel vision to that stupid 200K goal that I might want to just it away and like flick it away. And if I get there, I get there. And if I get there because I'm doing what I'm happy with while getting there, oh my gosh, biggest blessing ever. And if I don't get there, doesn't mean everything that I'm doing right now means nothing. So I started asking myself some questions. Okay, I didn't hit the 200K. So what number is enough? What will be enough? Will I be happy if I really have 1 million followers? Then maybe everything else would now be enough when I finally hit 1 million? Like, what is enough? What is ever enough? I honestly couldn't answer myself. I don't know. I said, even if I reach 200, I feel like the next thing is I'm going to move the goalpost. And like, no, now that means I need to hit 300K and then next 400 and then 500. I feel like I'm always going to be in this exact loop of feeling not good enough. So yeah, but I also want to also maybe preface a little bit why that feels so important to me. Because being a content creator, being a creator, I think if you're a creator yourself or if you're trying to be one, being stagnant can feel like a failure. I know that's so harsh, but being stagnant, maybe just doing the same kind of things or maybe just having the same amount of followers for a long time can feel like a failure, while everyone around you is, hitting their viral moments, skyrocketing followers overnight. It's it's hard to feel enough. And I know I'm not the only one feeling this way, because it's not jealousy, you guys. I'm not jealous of my friends. I'm so happy for them. It's more complicated than that. It's more like, if they can, why I cannot? Am I doing something wrong that I'm not getting the same thing? By the way, this can apply to anything, not just hitting followers, not just being a creator. It could be you getting promotion, or your colleague who just came into the company got a promotion before you. You've been here 3 years. Or it could be this guy that you like don't pick you, but pick Felicia. Sorry, I say Felicia a lot, but it's not a person that I actually know. It's just a random name, okay? Picking Felicia or Joanne, but not you. Like, what is wrong with me that they can get that, but I cannot? I feel it's more that than than jealousy, actually. Like, I'm trying to understand what it is within me that I can change so that I can also get that. But that's never ending. Yeah. So what I've come to realize as well is all of these feelings, me comparing, me moving the goalposts constantly, me not being able to sit with my wins, they're like symptoms. Like when you feel unwell, what's the first thing? Maybe headache first. Maybe start blowing your nose, you start coughing. So all of these feelings for me, they are now symptoms to me, to something far deeper. Because when I had my rashes, oh, by the way, I had rashes like so bad that I, until today, I do not know what it is. If you've seen me on Instagram, you've seen my post, people still ask me up to today, actually, what happened to you? Like, I do not know for the life of me what happened to me. I just woke up with rashes that spread it all across my body up until like close to my fingernails and my toes, all over except for my face. Thank God, Jesus. I don't want to jinx it. Let me touch some wood. I just woke up with rashes and the doctor couldn't figure it out. We did blood tests, we did urine tests, all clear, all fine. I had to shoot myself with so much steroids because I need to fly to Shanghai after, and Hong Kong and Singapore after. It was just a full ass month. It's been a lot. But I think the symptoms were just a sign. They're all just symptoms, right? That I think deep down I was so stressed. I was incredibly stressed trying to put this space together. As something as simple as, what color pillow should I pick? What color should I paint this ivar? What vinyl player should I get? What color should I paint? What shade of green I should paint our logo? Like, there were a lot of minute decisions that I have to make every single day that I maybe think that my body just crashed. Like a relationship. Y'all fight every day, not because of just fighting, because there's an underlying problem in the relationship. That's why you fight. The fight itself is just a symptom, correct? So yes. So if I'm being completely honest with myself, all these goals, I feel like they're all symptoms like of something far deeper that I feel like I need to fulfill. I feel like all these goals that I set for myself, honestly, I don't think there's a year that I didn't set any goals for myself, by the way. Since I was very, very young as 7 years old, maybe even, I've always had goals. I've always had something to prove. Oh my God. Let that sink in for a little bit. That just came to me. I know I wrote my notes, but I feel like they're like proof. Evidence that to people or to everyone around me that I'm doing fine, I'm doing good, I'm doing okay. That I'm building something real so that I can, it's not for anyone. I think it's for me to hold on to. So I have something tangible to hold on to. Maybe even this space. Actually, I don't know. I need something to hold on to. I need something real to feel something, to feel safe that nobody can take away from me. Like my house, 100% because I was so insecure renting houses. Because when I was young, I was kicked out of my house before. And when I was in relationships, I've had been kicked out of the house before and say, get out of there. I have to pack my suitcase and like got nowhere to go. And I told myself, I'm not going through this again. I'm getting a house so that nobody can kick me out. Only I can kick people out. So you guys get what I mean? Huh? We're all figuring this out together. So yes, I think all these goals is for me to hit so that I feel worthy, so that I feel like I'm not useless, I feel like I'm not worthless, so that I am worth something. I have been told that I'm useless many times, to the point where I start telling myself that I'm useless. And it's such a bad way to speak to yourself. I don't do that anymore, but it comes in once in a while when I maybe think that I fail at something, I didn't do something enough. I'm like, oh my God, you're so fucking useless. You know, I'm sure all of us have had that. Oh my God, you're so stupid. Why did you do that? Why? So yes, I feel like all these goals that I set for myself, that's never a fucking ending. It's to prove myself, I suppose. It's not a bad thing. Or maybe sometimes not even to prove myself, to prove some other people wrong actually. But at the expense of who? Really? At the expense of myself, my health? Because I did get hospitalized just 3 weeks ago. So like why am I working so hard for when it costs me my health? Which uh gets me to this point. A lot of whatever I just said, 100% came from an environment that I had to constantly prove myself to feel worthy, to feel successful, to feel good enough, to have attention. So whenever I slow down, I feel like I'm failing. The moment I slow down, I feel like I'm failing. When I was in a hospital, I feel like, oh my God, I'm gonna lose so many jobs. I'm gonna this, I'm gonna that. Honestly, the truth is, no one gives a shit. People, life is going to move on either way. That's what I realized, by the way. Yeah. Life's gonna move on either way. And there were some things that I rushed for from the hospital. I rushed, die and make sure I have to go. But I think back, if I wasn't actually there for some of our shoots, actually, it would just go on. Actually, the sad part of it. Without me, whatever they have will be fine. So why am I torturing myself like that? Can I be honest with you for a sec? Building this podcast, from the studio, the team, the episodes, the editing, none of it is easy. And the one thing that really keeps us going is knowing that you are here, you are listening. If this podcast has ever made you feel less alone, a little more seen, or a little bit more ready to take on a very tough week or day, the best way to say thank you actually costs you nothing. It would mean the world to us if you could hit subscribe, leave a comment, or share this with a friend that you think would enjoy the conversation. And in return, we promise you to keep showing up, to keep giving our best to bring you conversations that actually matter. I don't know if you guys can relate to this, but for me, being a child from a divorced family and a single mom, I've become hyper independent, which is why I need to set myself all these goals, don't want to rely on anybody, and make sure I achieve it, and make sure I can do it, and make sure I prove my mom maybe or people around me that I can take care of myself. And yeah, I grew up with that kind of environment where when I was as young as 3 years old, I had to be on my own. And it's not normal. 3-year-olds cannot and shouldn't be alone. They shouldn't have to navigate life by themselves. It's fucking hard. As now all of us are adults, navigating life alone is so hard. Can you imagine being a child? Jeez. So yes, I've been hyper independent for as long as I can remember. And it kept me in a survival mode for a very long time. And to the point where I don't know how to turn off sometimes, which is why all of that, whatever I've just said, happened. Work so hard, hospitalized, rashes, feel like not good enough. I feel like they're all symptoms of hyper-independence. So I would like to break down the spectrum of independence based on my research and my reading working on this episode. And while I read all of that, you guys can maybe decide where you're at. Which one are you? Maybe a bit of both. Okay, so we're going to start off with independence. Now, independence is healthy. It means you can take care of yourself. You make your own decisions. You don't need someone to hold your hand through everything. You have your own identity outside of other people. The goal most of us were told to aim for while we are growing up. Hey, you're going to be an adult. You have to be independent. We hear that a lot. Stand on your own 2 feet. Look, there's nothing wrong with being independent. It's a sign of maturity and self-trust. And on the other spectrum of that is dependence. As a kid, as a child, we're all dependent on our parents. You rely on other people to function, emotionally, practically, or both. You need constant reassurance. You struggle to make decisions alone. You outsource your sense of self to whoever is around you. In small doses is so fine and so human, okay? We all have moments where we need people. We need to depend on people. I think that's just being human. But if it's your default mode to be dependent, it will keep you stuck because stability is always in the hands of someone else. And that's not what we want. Okay. So we have independence and dependence. And then there's interdependence, which is actually the most evolved out of the four. So this is where you are fully capable of being independent, but you choose to lean on other people and you also let other people to lean on you. You can do things alone and know when not to. You give and receive help without threatening your sense of self. Secure relationships, you have real friendships, you have functional teams, and they're all built on interdependence. It's not needing people out of weakness, it's choosing these people out of wholeness. I'm enough, but I would like to have them in my life. That is interdependence. So I'm going to pause right here and scan and want you to think about your relationship that you have in your life right now. The three main pillars of relationships that we have are family. With family, for me, I'm hyper independent, unfortunately. With friendship, I think I used to be so dependent because I really need them or I'll die, because I was going through such a bad phase in life. But I feel like I have shifted to interdependence where I would like to have them in my life, but if they're not around, I will totally be okay. It will not make me question our friendship. And then there's relationship. Where are you in your relationship? Is it independence, dependence, interdependence? So we've covered three, right? And then if you go too far off the spectrum, that's hyper independence. It's when independence goes too far because you're forced to. You had to. You had no choice. One of the saying is, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. You're forced to be strong. It's something that is taught very early on, that depending on people wasn't safe for you. That maybe those people in your life let you down. Maybe you had to grow up fast. Maybe asking for help made you feel hurt or embarrassed or abandoned. So you decided, consciously or not, I don't know, fuck it, I'm just gonna do it myself. So you handle everything yourself. You never want to be a burden, and you can never be caught vulnerable. This was me for a very long time. Like, I will not let anyone see me cry. I can't say that anymore because y'all see me cry a lot on the pod. So yeah, it could look like strength on the outside, but from the inside, it is so exhausting carrying everything by yourself. It's not that you're choosing to do it alone, but you're compelled to, you are kind of forced to. You're like, I have no choice. The idea of asking for help, leaning on someone, admitting that you can't do this triggers some sort of anxiety and panic. Like something bad will happen if you let your guard down. And I got so many responses from so many healers, or if they're not a healer, a listener, whatever, that they feel everything in their life, the moment it feels too good to be true, they put their guard up. If that's you, maybe whatever I just described could be you. Yeah. I feel like there's always room to shift from one to another. I feel like as human beings, we're constantly changing, we're constantly learning, we're constantly going through different things and seasons in life. It's totally okay if in this season you really need to be dependent on your group of friends. Honestly, guys, it's so human, it's so okay. And maybe in this season of your life, you need to be independent of your parents. And don't feel bad about it, because you've been dependent on them for so long, up until you're 18, 20. Everyone's different, right? If you feel like, I feel like that is a conversation to have as well. Someone told me, I'm not sure how to leave my parents and move out on my own because I've been living with them my whole life. So exactly what I talked about. In your case, would be from being dependent to being independent, that is still quite a leap that you need to take. No one is easier than the other, by the way. For me, is being hyper independent for so long that sometimes having to be dependent, say for something as simple as asking Angel to get me coffee. In the beginning, very hard to do one, by the way. In the beginning. Now she's like, what are you talking about? You ask me to get coffee all the time. But like, I'm talking about something as simple as that. And trusting my team to really settle the set while I'm away means I really need to fully depend on them. And it gave me so much anxiety every night. Not because I don't trust them. I just needed to be there. Like, I need myself to be there. It's such a, I won't say it's a toxic trait. It's an unnecessary trait. But it has to happen. Because I felt so much anxiety while I'm not around, and walking into this door and seeing everything in place and perfectly done without me make me realize, oh my gosh, I can depend on my team. They are independent of me. We don't need to be hyper independent. We can interdependent. Oh my god, my tongue is twisting. You guys get the point. Which brings me to my final point of this episode. Guys, maybe not being enough is the whole point. Maybe that's the whole point. I don't think life is meant to be perfect, where you don't make mistake, nobody betray you, nobody breaks your heart, everything feels so sufficient and enough. I don't think life is meant to be lived that way. I was going through some articles in the past week, and I stumbled upon this article that I would love for you to hear it. And maybe it will shift your perspective a little bit, okay? You ready? Okay. I feel like you guys need to slow down whatever you're doing and listen to this. Or come back to it when you're not like rushing, okay? Everything is a win when the goal is to experience. If the goal is to experience, then heartbreak isn't humiliation. It's proof that I loved with my whole chest. Then confusion isn't weakness. It's curiosity refusing to die. Then boredom has a texture, a temperature, a shape. Nothing is meaningless because everything passes through me and leaves some tiny residue behind, like dust, like pollen, like memory. And I think that's enough, because maybe a life doesn't have to be impressive to be complete. Maybe it just has to be felt deeply, honestly, without constantly turning away. And if I really think about it, the days that quote unquote failed me, the awkward ones, the lonely ones, the ones where nothing went according to plan, yeah, those are the days that made me softer, more porous, more capable of understanding other people's pain. The nights I cried alone over someone who didn't choose me taught me how deep my capacity of love actually goes. The afternoon I spent doing absolutely nothing taught me how to sit with myself without panicking. Even boredom has shaped me. Even confusion has shaped me. It's all material, clay, something the universe pressed its thumb into to make the exact shape of me. Wow, that was beautiful actually. We're like clay. The universe is going to press its thumb into us. It's going to press us down and smash us together and throw us around a little bit, so that at the end of the day, we have this beautiful shape. And all of our shapes are going to look different. And that's the whole point. So maybe not feeling enough is the whole point. Because for me, now that I'm thinking and ruminating and processing with you guys with this episode, maybe because every time I don't feel enough, I want to be better. Every time I don't feel enough, I want to put in more effort. Every time I don't feel enough, I go out there and do research and meet people to find out the answers. And along the way, I learn. And it's all because I don't feel good enough. So maybe not being good enough is good enough. Maybe not being good enough is the whole damn point. And I rest my case. Yeah. Yeah. So the next time you don't feel like you're good enough, I think let yourself sit in it. At least 24 hours. Can we do that? All of us in this room. Every time we feel like we're not good enough, we made a mistake, let's sit with it for at least 24 hours. And same thing, every time you feel so proud of yourself, let yourself sit with that proudness for at least 24 hours. More better, but at least 24 hours. And not jump to the next thing right away. Okay? Let's do that together, shall we? I know it's hard. Chasing feels more fun, but sitting with something is so uncomfortable. So, yeah, the next time you feel like you're not good enough, I hope you come back to this episode, re-listen to what I've just said, that maybe, what did I say? Maybe, oh no, not maybe. Everything is a win when the goal is to experience. I feel like that was a mind-blowing statement that is going to be stuck with me for a long time, because the next time I feel like I didn't achieve something, I'm very damn sure along the process of me to the point of me feeling like I didn't achieve something, I have learned a lot. Okay. So, yes. And that's the end of this episode. Ask better questions. Ask yourself questions in that 24 hours. A simple why is good enough. Okay. I'm not doing enough. Why? Because nobody wants to hang out with me. Huh? Sometimes you feel like realize you sound stupid, you know? Hey, yeah, why am I so silly? Then you kind of get out of the rut. So ask yourself question. And I can give you a word for you to ask. Why? Question yourself, because sometimes our brain make up a lot of shit. Okay? So, yes, I rest my case. Maybe the whole point of all of this is for me to experience. And I've experienced a whole damn lot, and I feel like I'm winning in life already. Yeah. Yeah. My mindset at the start of the episode and now has shifted quite a little bit, and I hope that is you too. And if you like this episode, guys, share it with your friends. It will really help us grow. Shameless plug right here. Um, yeah, the team puts in a lot of work and effort into making every episode happen. So I hope if you love Head Over Heels, if you're head over heels for Head Over Heels, just as we're head over heels for you, share it with your friends. A simple share would mean the world to us. And hopefully, one day you guys can come to the set. We plan to do something, and also stay tuned for our next Healer's House. Until then, um, also like and subscribe. Actually, yeah, we need some subscription on our YouTube. You can watch it over there. Yes, I'll catch you guys next time. Thank you so much for listening, and yeah, more episodes to come. Like I always say, don't forget to fall head over heels for yourself as and always, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.